my first design dev diary. Never streamed before, but I got this YouTube channel and I'm always trying to make like extra special videos for it, but never finishing them because I just want to polish them a little too much and then I move on to other projects. So I thought I'd start this streaming design and development diary where I just go over some of the stuff I'm working on each day, some of the things I've learned, and don't hold myself up. Just accept that it's going to be raw. I mean, I have set up some lights over there because I had them and it's dark and it was too dark. But I'm going to try and keep it as raw as possible and unscripted and just talk through some of the stuff I'm doing. So today I thought I'd start by just looking at a little project I'm doing for Swinburne Uni in Australia, where I'm creating a bunch of videos to help one of their courses, and to give them practical knowledge, to bring practical knowledge into the course on design, specifically product design and immersive media. So thinking about what templates or what resources we can give students to help them visualize their projects as they work through. So let's jump to here. So these are the videos. I always start with a bit of scripting. So especially this project, I wanted to script all the videos out. I think there's actually one missing. I think there's 6, but script all the videos out, have a rough idea of what will go on screen. That's the right-hand column. And then the voiceover is the left-hand column. So this particular video has a lot of face-to-camera stuff. Whereas other videos, this first one's about brainstorming and sketching. I'm a real advocate for sketching, and I do it quite digitally. So that's one of the videos. So I wanted to outline all the scripts. I always do that, but especially here, I wanted to confirm what we were covering before I started recording and started designing stuff. So you can see all those videos there. The reason there's highlighting in there is because I've already recorded the voiceover for most of it, but then as I've started working, I've decided, oh, I need to change this word here, or I need to use this terminology, or I've jumped in Figma and I've been designing something and realized it's not quite going to work. So I've changed a word, changed a sentence here and there, or changed what we were doing. So they're the scripts. The next stage was building some of the content. So the first thing that I knew I needed to prepare was, we're talking about brainstorming. So I have a lot of brainstorming sketches. I've previously done them in OneNote, which is what you see here. And so I can't necessarily use my old sketches because they're for other products that aren't necessarily public. So I just did a whole bunch of new little sketches just to demonstrate what kind of little wireframes you might do in your ideation phase. So this was them. A bunch of things with phones, tablets. There's a VR goggle-like one. There's kind of user interfaces here that could be in a VR environment, but I haven't shown the frame. But just generally something we can show on screen as I talk about that. And then we've got the refined wireframes. So this was my first little crappy drawing that I got checked whether we could use this particular flow. And it's just like, you finish in, maybe it's Airbnb, maybe it's something similar, hotels, you go on a trip and then you have a flow asking you to rate the place and rate the host, things like that. Once that was confirmed, then I started drawing it up a little bit cleaner. Now, all of these are prepared beforehand, but some of them I'll have to draw a little bit in the tutorial as I'm recording to demonstrate that process, but not a whole lot. So from there, the tutorial jumps across to here, and we look at how to just bring those still frames that you've drawn into Figma And we start learning a little bit about Figma by just dragging in one image and then drawing an invisible button on top of certain things to create an interactive prototype. So you can see there's like an invisible button over these things, over these buttons and radio buttons, to allow us to have an interactive prototype. And then there's another tutorial where we take that, we copy it down, and we start building on top of it. And so this isn't finished, but this is me starting to build on top of that into a more polished design. And that's another video talking about how to create some basic components and things like that. And that's it. I just thought I'd chuck you through my process in this one. It's not a huge task, and there's not a huge stack of interesting stuff there, but I'm a big advocate for brainstorming and writing scripts and things like that. So I thought I'd throw that out there and let you guys see it. Thanks for joining my first stream. Or not joining, nobody's joined, but thanks for watching after the fact.